Hello, and thank you so much for joining us today. We are so excited to have coffee and conversation. Thank you for being here, Pastor Jeff. It's so much fun, right?
It is.
It's actually like super cool because it's even more fun now because we went viral.
Well, kind of Belton viral.
It was Belton viral. We had a whopping 110 views on our last coffee and conversation. So keep tuning in, like us on Facebook, like us on YouTube, subscribe to us on YouTube. Keep sharing our videos, our posts, our church, because we want to reach out to you and to our community and to the world. So, yeah.
Something special is coming up Sunday.
Yes, I'm so excited. So, something special is coming up on Sunday. It is June 19th. What is the significance of June 19th?
Well, June 19th is also called Juneteenth. It was the day, June 19th, 1865, when Major General Gordon Granger appeared in Galveston to announce that the Civil War had ended and the slaves were to be set free. Now, that's about 2.5 years after the Emancipation Proclamation.
Took a while to get the word.
Took a while to get the word, and not all the slaves were set free right away. Some of the slave owners said, we got a harvest coming, we're going to wait. So it wasn't this like immediate release, but it is a celebration of freedom from slavery. Very important in the African American community, very important in every community, because it reminds us of deliverance and freedom from slavery and our participation in the sin of slavery for many people in the country. A time to celebrate with them that freedom, and even take time to go, you know, my ancestors may have had slaves. Just take time for some contrition and confession, and realize that there's still work to do. Still work to do. You know, our prayer, our goal is to end racism in our lifetime.
Right.
Now that's a lofty goal. I don't know if we're going to do it, but we need to work towards it.
Yes. So we are working towards it. Our church is working towards it because we have a really fun service coming up. I'm really excited for this service. So this Sunday, we will not have our morning service.
Our early
morning service. Our
we will have a morning service at 10:45.
Yes, and we won't have brunch church because we are combining at 10:45 our brunch church service and our traditional service with Mount Zion.
Yes.
And I am so excited to do that. Why did you and the pastor at Mount Zion decide to do that?
Well, it was an idea that came from the lay people.
Okay.
Let's get together. We've been doing a lot together. Mount Zion is primarily an African American church. It is the oldest church in Bell County.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
Well, they just don't get the recognition because they weren't allowed at that time to actually be organized as a church.
Okay.
So we used to say that we were the oldest, but we're not.
Okay.
We're not. They organized before the Belton Methodist Church. So it's important though, but this time to come together, they're coming over and they'll be here. They're going to provide music, great preaching. But I think at this time, and it just happened that June 19th on the Sundays, we can do this celebration together. But it brings us together. I think in a time, you know, in our society, we talk about how divided it is, how divided we are. We've seen over the past couple of years racial tensions. I mean, look at the horrific tragedy in Buffalo, New York that was motivated by hate and racism. That a time for us to be able to come together. Now we, you know, is coming together as United Methodists, coming together as Christians, coming together as humans.
Yes.
You know, humanity coming together because we know that you know, together we are better, we are stronger.
Yes.
But it's going to be wonderful instead of for us to experience their style of worship.
Yes.
And I just will say this, it's a bit more lively than our usual style. And, you know, if you can fall asleep on Sunday, then, you know, I don't know. We'll get this worked out, but I am so looking forward to it. But really, a good time for us to come together.
Absolutely.
And show the world maybe something that it's not doing today.
Yeah. Well, and this is not the only time that we're going to come together. Like you said, we have come together in the past with Mount Zion, and we're going to continue to do that. So I think it's awesome that we have this great relationship with this great community, and we are going from two separate communities to doing stuff together as one community, and I think that's awesome.
Like the Back to School with God event that they've invited us to join in on. That's where we pass out backpacks. That's the first Sunday of August 6th at Yeti Polk Park. But Juneteenth, because last year was when it first became a recognized federal holiday. It wasn't until 2021 as a federal holiday. So we get to do this pretty early in that history. But here's something really neat about the history on Juneteenth. A lot of states have already had it as a state holiday and commemorate it. Texas initiated it in 1980. But if you look at from the Congressional Research Survey and some of the websites, most states it wasn't until this century, in the 2000s and even in the 2010s, that a lot of states, and a couple other states, Oklahoma and Florida, did it in the 1990s, but Texas did it in 1980. Now that may be because that's when it, really started with Galveston.
Right.
But
and
we want to celebrate that.
Yes,
I know you're Texas proud.
Texas is number one.
And so many things, and some of the things we wish we weren't number one in, right? I mean, let's. But yes, we want to celebrate that.
Yes,
so,
absolutely.
I mean, that's wonderful to celebrate on that. But even with when you think about the early church in the Book of Acts, when you read, the Ethiopian that Philip goes to, there wasn't, Philip says, no, you're a different, race, you're a different color, I'm not doing that. As they went about Asia Minor and throughout the world, they just didn't have that barrier in their mindset that somehow has developed for us, which, we got to remember our heritage of who we are as followers of Christ, and even the people that Christ invited us. I think it's important to remember that, Jesus Christ, he wasn't a citizen of the United States.
No, he was. No, he wasn't.
And the people they called in diversity, and even we talked about that about Pentecost, about that unity and the power of unity, so through the mighty power of the Holy Spirit, that we can come together.
Yes,
on this. So
I think it's awesome. So join us Sunday morning,
10:45.
10:45. We will be live streaming it as we always do, and it's going to be a really fun, exciting worship experience.
Yeah, and I'm looking forward to this witness of unity, and we still have some work to do.
Yes.
We still have some work to do on it, and work to do to end racism on this, but this is just something we get to do, and we are just blessed here at Belton United Methodist Church to have Mount Zion coming over, lead us in worship. It's going to be so inspiring. I am so excited about the day.
Yes, so a huge thank you to Mount Zion, because we are super excited to join you in worship this Sunday. So
take care. God bless. Hope to see you on Sunday.
Yes, we'll see you next week for Coffee and Conversations. Also, don't forget, June 26th, Coffee and Conversation after church at Arusha's. Be there.